What's going on YouTube? Pistol Pete here. Today, before I start my video, I just want to wish Samurai Bird a speedy recovery, man. We're praying for you, brother. Heal up fast and get back at it. All right, so today I'm bringing you one that's been brought up a lot. A lot of people done videos on, but it hasn't been done by me yet. So hopefully you enjoy it still. Today I'm going to bring you the 1917 Frontier Bowie by Cold Steel. One of my favorite manufacturers, Cold Steel. And you can get these at almost anywhere now, Amazon, eBay. They run about between about 98 bucks to 120 bucks is what I see them go for now. I'll start with the sheath first. I do like this sheath, and actually the overall, let me just do it like this first, show you the whole thing. The overall look of it, I love that, like old school look, right? The Frontier look, that's awesome. And pretty nice intricate sheath. Has the frog there, goes over it. Dangler, it is a dangler. I don't mind it. I don't mind danglers, you know. It doesn't bother me. A steel end cap here for, this used to be, I guess, for if you fall off your horse, it doesn't stab you in the leg, or, you know, you fall down a hill when you're hiking, it doesn't come out the sheath and stab you in the leg. I've actually had that happen from a knife before, actually putting it in the sheath, actually. Put the knife in the sheath and it went through the back side here, the blade stabbed me right in the leg when I was younger, when I was a young kid. So yeah, this is pretty nice, and it seems to be pretty good quality. Smells good, has good genuine leather, pretty thick leather, thick belt loop there. Yeah, I would say this is one of the better ones I've seen of the sheaths here. And now to the blade. So do a drive by real quick. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. I love the look of that. I love that clip point with those big thick fullers. Man, this thing looks like a tank, like a beast. Love it. So real quick specs: 1/4 inch thick stock is what it's calling out. 12.5 inch blade length. You're looking at a stainless steel S guard here. Handle is a little over 5 inches. You got some, it says just hardwood is what it says, hardwood handles. These here, they come on and off with they have some screws there, you can see, flathead screws to take them off with. It is 1085 high carbon steel. Has a nice little choil right here, choking up, doing some fine work. It is a hidden full tang. It is a full tang, as you can see there, goes around, but it is a hidden full tang. See out here, it's a wood goes around here. So it, to me, that doesn't bother me at all. It's still considered full tang to me. You know, some people say, oh, they don't like the hidden part of it, but I don't mind it. The part I do mind, though, that I don't like too much is that it's a little square. As you can see there, they didn't really give it too much contouring. I wish they rounded it off a little bit more here, around here, and rounded it off a little bit. I don't do that for aesthetics, just because it make it look old-fashioned or something, but I prefer. So when you grab it, it does feel a little bit blocky in the hand, a little bit. I mean, it still feels good. It just feels a little bit blocky. It's not too bad. Put it that way, it's not too bad. I do like how they left this on here a little bit to give you some, when you're, if you want to go back on the blade here and you want to hack, gives you a little bit of security that the blade's not going to fly out of your hand, I do like that. Not too bad. All in all, it looks good. There's no markings on the blade at all. I think with Cold Steel, these big ones, they don't put markings on the blades, on the big buoys they offer. It doesn't really specify where it's made from. I did see a few places say different things. A couple said China, so I don't know if these are made in China or not. I don't know. It doesn't say anything on the blade at all where it's manufactured. I know Cold Steel does outsource to different areas. I know, like the Wild West buoy is made in India, and I know they have someone made in South Africa. I think this one of them said South Africa, others say China. So I really don't know, but that doesn't really matter to me as long as the blade holds up and it's a beast. It doesn't chip or fold or break. That's all that matters to me. And this thing, the look of it though is awesome. I love the look of this. And it does feel pretty nimble in the hand, I'd have to say. So yeah, let's take this out, test it, and see how it holds before we go out and test. I forgot to mention, this is the only Cold Steel I've ever gotten. Only one that didn't come razor sharp. Maybe that's a fluke or whatever. Usually, like, even the Wild West buoy was pretty damn sharp. All my folders have came absolutely razor sharp. Every single one. I mean, hair popping sharp. This one, it's a little bit dull. I mean, it's not super dull, but there's certain spots that I can feel that it's just like it's not even all the way down. So I don't know what's going on with that. I did bring a piece of paper out real quick to show you the sharpness, and we'll see, test it out here and see what we see here. So I mean, yeah, it's paper cutting sharp. Definitely certain spots I can see here that don't catch, but yeah, I mean it's okay. I mean it's sharp. It is sharp. Definitely not hair popping, because I tried cutting my arm hair with this. I didn't see anything come off yet. But it seems to be a clean cut. I mean, it's not tearing too bad there. With a little bit of honing. I do got a strop. I'll try to strop it, and if not, I'll take it to the actual sharpener. But yeah, okay. Just wanted to show you the sharpness real quick. We'll start at the door. Do some chopping here with it and see how the edge holds up here, and we'll see how we'll go from there. Let's see how it feels in the hand as well. Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's chopping pretty good. It's I feel, you know, even with it being kind of squared, it doesn't bother your hand that much, you know. I got to see how it feels, but it's not too bad. Not too bad in the hand. And it's taking some big chunks out. We'll give it a few good hard hits. All right, let's check out that edge. Okay. Flawless. I don't see any folds. No nicks, no chips. Looking good. Looking like before we started. At the log here, we're gonna do some drop tests here. 4 foot up, drop it down, and then some hard downward throws. See how the tip holds up and if there's any damage at all. See how balanced it is too here. Oop, that was me a little bit. Try it again. Yeah, pretty straight. Let's do a hard downward throw. Ooh, yeah. Also check nothing's coming loose. Looks good. Oh, that's in there. That really fine tip, acute tip here, sticks in deep. Oh yeah, right in the middle. Right in the middle of the ring there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Alrighty, let's see. Let's check out that. Let's check out that tip. Clean it off a little bit. Get you in frame there. Yeah, flawless. No damage at all. No bending. Looks absolutely perfect. Even the coating is staying on pretty good. I don't even see that fading off. It's pretty good coating. The bluing they put on it's pretty good. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, let's see how it does with a little bit of food prep type work, you know. Chop this little branch up here and see how it does, and then we'll move on to the thicker end here. Easy. Like it's nothing in its path. Super easy. Let's check out this thicker stuff here. In twain, son. Let's do a little batoning. I only have, you know, these kind of, I don't have any good logs right now for batoning, so I can't really give you too much of a demonstration on that, but at least I'll show you. We'll do it with this one here and go from there. Let's see how it goes. Too easy.
Not sure what happens with this next clip of me cutting through the 2x4, but I must have not pushed play.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
2 things to mention here. I just hammered through this log that I showed you guys right now. And 2 major things. The handle came loose. So I stopped the video. I went and retightened it, which is not a big deal. Though I remember if you do keep using this with the handles loose, you can crack the wood. So remember that if you want to make sure, because I've done it a few times on a few different knives, I'm like, I'll just keep using it, keep hammering through with a loose handle. If you can tighten them, unless it's pins, you're screwed. But if you have like these types that have the screws where you can tighten, then I recommend tightening them, because the loose they are, the more likely you're going to crack some more or break something in the handle. And the second thing I've got to mention, hot spots. Do you guys want to see a hot spot? Right there. I mean, if you want to call that a hot spot, but it's where my hand was up, choking up here when I was swinging at it. You can see the blood on the blade right there. It's where it's hitting the guard. My hand's right there against the thing, against the guard there, and just that going up and down with it, it coming back, teetering back and hitting that spot on my thumb, created that hot spot. So yeah, I mean, I guess I could have choked it back up a little bit, but it's something to be aware of. You know, if you're wearing gloves, that wouldn't be an issue at all. But or if I choked back here and did it, but I end up riding a blade up here against the guard. So you know, just something to note. You know, I guess I can't give the knife 100% the blame, because you know, I could have went back a little bit more on the handle there instead of rode up to the top here. But you feel like you do have more control up towards the top. So just something to note there. A little bit of a hot spot there. All right, this is a palm tree. One of the rinds off it. So let's see how it creates little curly cues here for you guys. Choking up on it. Oh yeah. You guys can see that. Doing a pretty tight little curls with that there. Now, knock that off here. Alrighty. So, yeah, that works good. A little more here. Try not to dig in too deep there, but yeah, not bad. Okay, gonna wrap it up with this one. We'll see about making a tent spike or a pit spike with this log here. This is hard, dried, old wood. It's like hitting cement. It feels like no give in this stuff. Actually, it's just crumbling apart. Let me get a better log. This one I think is just too brittle and old. One moment. Okay, this one looks a little bit better to make a tent spike or pit spike with. Let's give it a try and see if we can get a tip on this. Yeah, it's working a little better. The other log is just dry, old, petrified wood, man. Things like just falling apart. The other one is just too old. This one's working a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, the handle is a little uncomfortable. I can say that for sure. Definitely not my favorite, one of my favorite knives to do this type of tasks with. You know, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it'll... Well, I don't want to bore you guys too much and just keep doing this. I mean, I can definitely get a point on it. You can see there, it's forming. But the blade's a little too dull to just keep, I mean, I keep going, like I said, but I don't want to bore you guys. Let's move on. All right, let's give one throw to the log here and see how good it sticks in. Let's see that. Fairly deep. Oh, yeah. Okay, that wraps up my review on the 1917 Frontier Bowie. So, yeah, you know, I like it. I mean, I love the look of it. It's freaking sick. It's a pretty cool looking knife. It held up really well. You can tell the coating though. I don't know if you guys can see that. The coating is coming off. You can see a bunch of scratches in the coating. I'm not a fan of coated knives in general. I think you've heard that before in the past from me. I just don't like it. I like either a satin finish or a polished finish. I don't like black coatings, bluings. That's not my thing. And because once you start using them, it looks like shit, you know? And again, if you're going to be user knives, I get it. I mean, you're not going to be using these to put in a glass case. But something like this, you kind of would want to keep it nice, right? To keep it on like this is a good display blade. But as you can see there is some wear and tear on that finish there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but scratches and looks like the coating is coming off. But the edge, absolutely flawless. I mean, the steel is great. No damage at all to the edge there. The tip, absolutely straight as an arrow. No bending, no nothing. I mean, it's great. So that held up really well. The handle didn't break. Nothing on the handle broke. It did come loose, like I said. The first knife I've had that other than a super budget Bowie hasn't came loose. So it is. I did have to tighten these down. Again, was a hot spot there, and on the back side here of the guard here when holding it up closely. So, I mean, you could also learn from this, go back a little bit on it and chop like that. I'd have been absolutely fine, but I held it up too close to the top there. Just something to note though, you know, something to note. The handle is uncomfortable. You do feel it a little bit blocky in the hand when you're swinging. You do feel a little bit more discomfort when you get the vibrations going, you get the hard swings in. But all in all, I mean, it's a bitchin' blade. I mean, it's a bitchin' blade. You can't go wrong. If you want one of these, you can't go wrong with this thing. The deep fullers, that super badass clip point there. Great steel to use. Nothing came loose. The guard didn't come loose. I did hear kind of like a light tinging. That could be just the screws when I tightened it down, tinging off the inside there. But other than that, no damage. Nothing went wrong with it. Everything's in there tight. So I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want one of these, I would highly recommend it. They're bitching to look at. You know, I might, since that coating's already kind of coming off there, I might just try to remove it myself. I see some people do that. Give it a distressed look since it's already looking distressed from the logs. And in the future, if I ever wanted to display one, I'll just get another one, use that for display, and use this to bang around with. But all right, YouTube, please like and subscribe. And until next knife, gun, or whatever else I might bring.